Welcome to Grove Studios in Ypsilanti. I'm John Bommarito. We are on episode number 104, I believe, if I'm counting correctly.
My lucky number.
Is it your... That is a very unlikely lucky number, Mr. Gorka. He's one of the most soothing, warm, and baritone voices in the folk music scene and has been for quite some time. Perhaps anywhere this voice would warm your heart. Grew up in New Jersey.
Thank you, John.
Grew up in New Jersey, spent some time in Boston, and he's all the way from, well, generally speaking, Minneapolis. I don't think that's where you drove in from today.
Kind of northeast of there, and north of Stillwater, Minnesota, so a little bit out in the country.
Mr. John Gorka is here. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, nice to be here, Grove Studios.
It is Grove Studios.
My first time.
It is your first time. I'll give you a little tour. There's 4 other studios.
Wow.
This is the biggest one, and you can see there's a drum set and a keyboard.
Yeah,
and the actual podcast studio is to your left, but I decided I kind of like
see
doing the things
there,
with the cameras over here. So if people just want an audio-only podcast, it's certainly something you could do here. But it's generally set up for folks who need a place to get out of the garage and get into the studio.
Yeah.
So grovestudios.space if you want to see it for yourself. There have been, many folks passing through here, and occasionally they conflict with when I want to record, so I have to work around them.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
The Grove Studios. Thanks to them for letting me visit with so many great artists, not just from Michigan, but also from abroad. Speaking of Minneapolis, have you been to Prince's house?
What?
Have you been to Prince's house?
I've been. I've recorded a record at
Paisley Park.
At Paisley.
Okay.
In 1995, it was the record. It was my last record with Windham Hill High Street Records.
Gotcha. Did you do the tour that they offer there now?
I've never been to the tour. I haven't been there back since then.
The only time I've been to Minneapolis, it was kind of a trip to actually see the tour.
Oh,
it was
neat!
Really cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. It was. I remember it was a. Well, they had 3 studios there, A, B, and C. I did the first recording with John Jennings from Mary Chapin Carpenter's band. Said,
"Rest in peace."
They had some time over, and it might be a good time to do some recording. So we did. I think we did a couple days at Studio B, and then I went back. That was more expensive, and the Studio C was more affordable, and had access to all the good microphones and equipment and everything. So we did the rest of it there. And then before I could get paid back, the record company got things got strange there.
Nope.
Anyway, it all worked out. So I got to. So we had one sighting. Prince usually worked in Studio A, doing everything, running the board, playing all the instruments, and we had one break with Peter Strushko and Dean McGraw and Michael Manring. We were taking a break, and Prince came through. He was wearing like a coral pink silk top and lime green silk pajama bottoms. So there was no mistaking him for anyone else.
Were you living in Minneapolis at that time already?
I was. See, that was 95. My future wife lived in Minnesota, and so I was there a lot, So and before we got married in '96 next year.
Well, John has just put out, relatively speaking, just put out a record called Unentitled. Quite an excellent contribution to your catalog.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I don't know if you want to start with a song from that record or something from the past.
I'll do some. I think I can do this hour of the day. This is one of those songs. Like a lot of my friends during the pandemic did live live streaming from home. Mm-hmm. Our internet was not robust enough to do that, so it wasn't quite dial-up, but it was just about. Anyway, so I started doing these. I had to have a home recording setup, so I started doing these things my wife called one-song concerts. Mm-hmm. And I started in April of 2020 and did them just about every week for a year, and then a few since then. And this is one of the ones. Because it was a rough pandemic, as you know, it was a rough time for everybody, and some people were already having a rough time before that happened. So I was thinking of them, and now we're going through a different rough time. So this is a song for you if you're having a rough go of it. It's called "Hold On." Hold on a little longer. Some trouble makes you stronger, some trouble knocks you dead. Hidden, tomorrow it is hidden. So much comes unbidden, makes it hard to plan ahead. Oh, to be normal and formal again. No heat of the breath or the skin. Cold one, the winter was a cold one. And if you are an old one, could serve to make you mean. With bird songs, I tend to get the words wrong. I begin and end strong, hum and mumble in between. Da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Oh, to be normal and formal again. No heat of the breath or the skin. Hold on a little longer. Some trouble makes you stronger, some trouble knocks you dead. So stay strong, strong most of the day long. Stay until the night's gone, stay till you can dream again.
John Gorka is my guest on Acoustic Alternatives at Grove Studios. Hold On is a track you can find on his latest album, Unentitled.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that.
Oh, sure. Hope that sounded all right.
Of course it sounded all right. It was you.
First singing of the day, so.
You didn't sing in the car on the way here?
I should have.
What do you listen to when you're traveling?
I was listening to audiobooks, some audiobooks on the... So that I just finished one and started another. So
okay,
and re-listening to the first one.
Very good. Well, I've had many guests in here. I mentioned about 104 now. I think you are, and you just met Ryan Racine on your way, and he's still in the newer artist category. Mm-hmm. But I've also had folks like you. David Wilcox has been here. Jonatha Brooke has been here. Willie Porter. Some of the folks that play in the same rooms that you play in, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So some of the younger artists, like one I had a couple weeks ago, doesn't have as much of a story to tell. She's 23 years old, just kind of getting going.
Yeah.
You have a story to tell. You have a lot of life lived here.
I've been around a long time. Next month it'll be 40 years since my last regular job.
Wow, that's great! Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Seems like that's also time to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the release of a record, too.
Oh, that's coming up on that. Yeah, the first one came out in '87, September of '87. So it's coming up. I done a few recordings with the Fast Folk Musical Magazine before that. I think I started that in, I think it was in '84 as well.
Well, you got your start, as we mentioned, in New Jersey.
Right. I was born and raised in New Jersey, and played in the church folk group, and I started writing songs. My friend, there's a friend I met in junior high, Bill Jimo. He's the first person I met who wrote songs, and I didn't know that regular people could write songs. If I was a regular person, I don't know.
What is a regular person?
That's pretty questionable anyway. So I started writing, trying to write songs while I was in kind of junior high, early high school stuff, and then got more serious about it in college. Moved to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Went to Moravian College, and got involved with a couple of other musicians, Russ Rentler and Doug Anderson. We formed the Razzie Dazzie Spasm Band, and later Richard Schindel was a part of that. He was the guitar player.
Nice.
And so and then it was started hanging out at Godfrey Daniels on the south side of town, and I just started going to the open mics, and then I started going regular to the shows, and became kind of a general purpose volunteer. And
Godfrey Daniels is like the Ark of Pennsylvania,
yes, right. It's a great place, and it just celebrated its 50th anniversary last month. Nice. So I got to play at that. That was very fun.
I saw that. Yeah.
So yeah, and the people, I started to open shows for people there, and the people like Jack Hardy and Nanci Griffith and Bill Morrissey opened doors for me in other parts of the country, bringing cassettes to play, to Bob Donlin at Passim and Cambridge, Mass, and Jack Hardy asked me to be a part of the Fast Folk musical magazine, and so I became an outpatient of the New York folk scene. And that was it was so many talented people. I didn't realize it was a scene until after it was over.
What was it like growing up in your house? Were you the only child, or you?
No, I'm the youngest of three. My brother plays guitar, and so he showed me some chords and let me borrow his guitar. Mm. And I wanted to play banjo. It was and I got the wrong kind of banjo. I got a tenor banjo, but what I really wanted was a 5-string, because I love the sound of the Scruggs style banjo. Mm-hmm. And so I got the Earl Scruggs record and book, and started learning forward roll, backward roll, and all those kind of the basics of a banjo playing. Always loved the sound of the banjo. I started writing songs about 6 months later on guitar.
Okay.
And have continued that. And I think the biggest difference was, one of the big difference was meeting Jack Hardy. The first opening act I did at Godfrey Daniels was in June of 1979 with Russ Rentler from the Razzie Dazzee Spasm Band. We went as the Razzie Dazzee Brothers. Mm. Anyway, and Jack, he was kind of this a leader of the kind of Greenwich Village folk scene. And he was the first person I met who wrote songs on a schedule. He had a schedule of trying to complete a song a week, and I never knew songwriters could do that. And I knew that maybe fiction writers could write for a certain number of pages a day. Yeah. But I didn't know songwriting. I just kind of mainly waited for inspiration to strike. And Jack said, that's a cop-out. If you put yourself on a schedule and you work at it, you're going to get better faster, even if you throw out most of what you come up with. And so I started. I thought song a week seemed a little bit too ambitious. So I started to. I've said, okay, I'll try a song a month. And the first year ended up with more songs than months, and I went to 2 songs a month. And so I had the deadline in the middle of the month and the end of the month, and I stayed on that for many years until having kids. then it was whenever. No.
Now it's just squeeze them in when you can.
Right. Yeah. But I still love writing songs, and. I feel lucky that I continue to be able to do this, and people are coming out to the shows, and and Red House Records got sold in 2017 to Compass Records, but they
2 great labels, really.
They've been great, yeah. No, so Allison and Gary, just I feel really well taken care of there. So it's nice to have, because I didn't, I know my friends of mine put the records out by themselves, the physical ones, and I guess there's enough people who still have CD players.
I do.
that so I still bring them along with me. But unfortunately I ran out for tonight's show.
That's okay though, because if you ran out, that means people are buying them.
It's a good problem, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a problem, yeah.
The fact that most of your records on Red House makes me wonder that if there could be a comprehensive compilation of your work, would they have to license from Windham Hill? And
probably so. They have to get Windham Hill no longer exists. It's owned by Sony, I think. So and I don't think you can really reach any of those people on the phone.
But I feel like at some point there should be. Not that I'm expecting you to wind up your
There-
career
there-
anytime soon, but as a career comprehensive
there
collection.
There's a thing called Pure John Gorka that was a kind of a collection of Windham Hill things.
But that's only part of your career.
Yeah, that's
We're talking the comprehensive 40 years of John. Like, what if we did a 40-year collection? There has to be songs from those records because some of those are really important songs in your catalog.
They were good. They were really good at the beginning.
They're still good. This is a solid
Red
record,
House.
John.
Red House is great. Now, I thought the label of the other people I went. My first record came out in Red House. I know. Then I went with Windham Hill High Street Records for 5 records. That started great, ended badly. Yeah. But the good they did, they could not undo.
Good point. Well, you didn't release that first record on Red House until '87, but technically you recorded it in '85, right? Because you re-released it as Before Beginning.
That was recorded. Yeah, I made the first record 3 times before it came out. As I know was the third version.
Now I know
it. Yeah, and then the first version they did in Nashville in November of '85. Yeah, that finally came out as Before Beginning of 30 years later.
Why did you end up recording it 3 times? What was?
Well, I guess I was new to the recording world, and trying to get something. There was some problems with the Nashville recording. With technology we were able to correct it in time, but back then I didn't feel like it. I liked it. There's some great players on it, and but I felt like. I didn't know if it was me, and I worked with Bill Kohler. He said we tried to remix. I brought the tapes, from they sent up from Nashville, and I drove them to the studio in New York City. There's a guy who's engineer wanted to see if he could remix them, to get it closer to. And my car got. I had car trouble, and the car stalled in the Holland Tunnel on the way to the studio. It was right around rush hour, but fortunately it was I was going into the city, and so it wasn't as bad as if it was the other way around. Anyway, a little Jeep came up and pushed me out and left me there, but I was able to get the car started again, and anyway.
That might have been your first time on the radio. You probably made the traffic report that day.
Yeah, I think I had a little influence there.
Well, technically, then the 40th anniversary could be 1985 of that record because the songs were done.
Right.
So
yeah,
I mean,
that's right. Yeah.
You're sort of past it.
Right. I missed it. Yeah.
The original pressings. I don't know if you know this of I Know There Are Typos. There's a typo in the catalog number.
Is that right?
On some of them. Like when they repressed it, I think they fixed it.
Oh, that's interesting.
I was doing a little research on that.
Is that 016 or something?
I forget now. I have it at home. I have all of them at home.
Yeah.
They're all there. Well, I know you didn't really have a great experience with Windham Hill, but I was curious how you came to be part of William Ackerman's Windham Hill family. Did they discover you at the coffee house?
I think what happened was Tracy Chapman's record. That Tracy, her first one, just got such a great reception. I remember Will Ackerman said there must be more in that going on there, so he started asking around. I think he asked Christine Lavin, who recommended some people, and eventually. They put out a thing called Legacy, which was a record, and they ended up putting two of those.
I have both of those.
Featuring acoustic singer-songwriter types, and I was on that, and was a part of the Legacy tour. And then some of the people who were on those records got signed to the label.
And if you ended up on the same label you're on too,
later,
right,
Red House. Right, back in Red House, right.
Seemed like that's a more natural home for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, they were great to me at the beginning, and so they had major label distribution.
Sure.
And so
even some of the records were available through like Columbia House Record Club, which is I mean, that you made it when you made Columbia House.
How about that? That's funny. And I made some videos that actually got played on the TV and country stations and stuff.
Never considered you country in my life, but
I'm from this country, but
right.
But
but what is country music?
Right, yeah. I think the label thought, well, let's it's acoustic. Let's maybe the country people will like him, and the TV people, Nashville TV people, were very open to what I do, and the radio people not so much, but it was fun to. I got to make a record there in Nashville with some great players out of the Valley, and so that I'm glad to be I was just back there for the first time since the 90s. Oh no, there may have been one other shop in there, but Nashville is really built up now compared to what I remembered. Played there at the City Winery on a winter's night.
Nice. It seems like it would have been something I've discovered sooner, but according to my records, because I'm kind of a geek and I have a spreadsheet of everything, the first time I saw you was 2005, which makes no sense. But maybe it took me that long to stumble into your music. I'm glad I did. I've seen it quite a few times since, and this is like our third or fourth time doing some sort of an interview thing. So it is. You're an important part of the folk music world for me. You're like,
thanks.
To put the word legend on you may feel weird to you, but to me you are.
Oh, well, thanks.
You've got this great catalog of music and a new album again called Unentitled. Do you want to do a song from the new record or a back song?
Let's do maybe I should just do the kind of, I do this as a song that was it's been in a couple movies, but I use it as a introduction to what I call the new people, because I figured that not everybody's heard me, so
a friend brought them.
I play this song. Right, I play this song. It's called "I'm from New Jersey." I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. I'm from New Jersey. No, I don't talk that way. I watched too much TV when I was young. I'm from New Jersey. My mom's Italian. I've read those mafia books, we don't belong. There were girls from New Jersey who had that great big hair. Once found in shopping malls, I will take you there. I'm from New Jersey. It's not like Texas. No, there is no mystery. I can't pretend. I'm from New Jersey. It's like Ohio, but even more so. Imagine that. I know which exit and where I'm bound. The tolls on the parkway, they will slow you down. New Jersey people, they will surprise you, 'cause they're not expected do too much. They will try harder, they may go further, 'cause they never think that they are good enough. I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. Yes, I would adjust. I would adjust.
My my natural reaction is to try clap because that's what I do at the shows. Because it's a song I've heard many times live. But I will admit, first few times I heard it live, and before I owned the record that it was on, sometimes you can't always make out all the words live.
Yeah.
I would have just is what I heard, and then I'm waiting for you to finish the sentence. I would have just what?
I would have just. I see. I got you.
I would have just. It's just like my brain went to it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, well,
that's right. I would have just.
Well, would have
maybe
just what?
Maybe I'll sing it like that just to confuse people or myself.
No, don't do that. John Gorka is my guest today on Acoustic Alternatives. We are at Grove Studios, grovestudios.space if you want to see the space yourself.
Grove
5
Studios,
different rooms.
Ypsilanti.
Yeah, that's right. 5 different rooms that you can rent 24/7. If you want to do this at 3 a.m, you can come in. That's very convenient for most people, but some people are night people, right?
That's right.
But at 3 p.m. is better. Come on, it's keypad. That works anytime as long as you have your code. I encourage you to check it out. Again, without Grove Studios, there would be no Acoustic Alternatives podcast. There would be no Visit with John Gorka or any of the other folks who've come through. I wouldn't have a place to do this.
There's
my day job.
A lot of equipment. I got to check out your equipment.
Okay. And play the drums behind you when you're done.
Yeah.
No, maybe not. John, thank you so much for visiting me today. I'm really, really pleased to have you here.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
You've just done 2 songs that are good examples of the songs that are your spectrums. I would use Let Them In or People My Age as the other spectrums.
Right, yeah.
Like Let Them In is just this beautiful tearjerker. People My Age is a laughter song. Like you've got both parts of your brain working when you're writing songs.
I always like to, sometimes the songs are so serious that we need something to lighten things up or just to balance out the picture. I often like... I've always liked John Prine and Steve Goodman, who could have humor in serious songs. I thought that was a good feature for songs.
Not predictable, at least when you're going to a show. It's not going to be all like, oh, another sad song. Yeah, oh, another sad song.
Yeah, no. It's because I don't know what. I don't have a set list until after.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've written it down.
Yeah, I've read it down after the show. But I try to play it in the moment and how the songs go together. And I usually have an idea of what I'll start off with because I still get really nervous performing. So I have to do pretend I'm a performer for 4 or 5 songs, and then I start to feel okay. And the only time that doesn't happen is if I've been out for a long time and I get too tired to be nervous.
What makes you nervous about performing?
I guess the unknown. Hopefully, I guess being not a very outgoing person, can be really shy and definitely socially awkward. So but it's nice to have a guitar to hide behind, or a piano, and that helps. And also just the that I'm just not talking, that talking alone. I think I knew I wanted to be a writer before I knew music was going to be the way. Mm-hmm. And when I first started to write songs, I felt because I can articulate what I could put into words. In the lyrics, articulate in what I want to say in the lyrics, and what I can't express, I can use the music to for the things I can't find words for.
What should fill you with confidence is that you tour the States and you tour the world and you have people show up at your shows.
Yeah, I feel lucky,
Yes.
But is that there's always that kind of imposter syndrome, feeling like so.
I know that.
Well, they haven't figured it out yet. So I'm if I keep fooling them, I'll keep doing that. Keep it up.
We love you the way you are, so just be you. Just go up there and be you.
Oh yeah, I can't help it.
It's the only thing you know how to do, right?
That's right. Yes.
When it comes to songwriting, is that a have to or a need to? Like I know you make your living from it.
It's a need. It's definitely a need, because that inability to express myself through talking.
Yeah. Maybe we'll write a song about that.
That persists. Yeah, that persists. Yes.
Writing a song about the inability to get my words out in speaking.
Yeah.
Could be a topic for a song.
Yeah.
Who knows? Do you have a favorite thing that you've written? I know you perform some of the same songs at your concerts that are fan favorites.
Yeah, no, I feel like they're all my children, so I don't want play favorites.
Well,
so,
come on,
but there are some that that I don't mind. People don't seem to ask for, and I don't mind doing it. So there's that. But I saw A Stranger with Your Hair, I guess, is one. Love Is Our Cross to Bear.
Both beautiful.
That's both of them. Love Is Our Cross to Bear I do just about every night. And often, if on my solo shows, I do A Stranger with Your Hair, too.
Well, I combed through your records to look at all the guests that have performed with you, so I'm going to have to read them because there's so many. Yeah. Shawn, Colvin, Nanci, Griffith, Antje DiFranco, Lucy Kaplansky, Eliza Gilkyson, Jonatha, Brooke, Antje Duvekot, Claudia Schmidt, David Wilcox, Cliff Eberhardt, Michael Johnson, Alice Peacock, Patty Larkin, Susan Werner, Turtle Island String Quartet. I'm going to stop now. That's a lot of folks who have wanted to work with you.
Yeah, no, it was really great to work with so many great people over the years. That's one of my most favorite things. So that, and meeting these people, before they were known,
right.
That's really fun.
Do you have like a wish list for the next 40 years of your career? Who you want to work with?
Nothing comes to mind.
There's a lot of good young talent out there.
Oh yeah, there's lots. There's really, it's pretty amazing.
Two different Joys I can think of. Joy Ola Duncan, or however she says her last name, and Joy Clark are both good.
Oh, okay.
It would be good female. I know you like female vocalists. I can tell from that list.
Yeah.
I feel like there'd be a generation of songwriters who have been influenced by you who would love to sing with you.
Wow. Oh, that's
Have
nice.
you ever thought about a duets record?
Oh, I have not. No.
Islands in the Stream and,
right.
Endless Love.
Yeah, right.
Probably you'd do the classic country stuff instead of like the Tammy and George stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be more up my alley.
It seems like it'd be fun for you to do that, though, because you do like it with that list.
Yeah.
And your desire to collaborate, I think that would be a good concept. If you're having trouble writing songs, or write some duets.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll think about that. Yeah.
Okay. I'll look for it, and I'll look for my name in the credits.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm kidding. Well,
John Bommarito presents.
That's right.
The duet album.
Well, there was sort of a collaboration record, the Red Horse record, which I have here in my hand.
Yeah.
Is there any chance for another one of those?
Oh, there's some talk of doing some shows. I think in 2028, if we're all still alive.
Anniversary?
No, it was just because some people had asked about doing a Red Horse show, and so they're kind of. So I'll see what. I haven't talked with them about that yet. Lucy, I've just seen recently with the
anniversary.
Winter's Night show on a Winter's Night, and Eliza I see pretty regularly. I'm a part of her songwriter workshop called Casa de Música, which started out as live at her place north of Taos, New Mexico, but when COVID hit, it went online. So we do that, I think, a couple times a year now.
Well, you've been performing live in front of people for 40 plus years. Do you have a favorite moment of something you did on a stage, or something that happened, or even a favorite place to play?
Well, I got to play the Gypsy Life.
The recording, the DVD?
Yeah. Nanci Griffith sang backup for me at her show at Carnegie Hall in, I think, 93. It's part of the Other Voices, Other Rooms tour. I guess the one other thing I talk about, it was a moment I got to when I mentioned I was in Nashville and a lot in the 90s. I had a day off, and I got a call from Nanci Griffith's people saying that she had a recording session. Would I like to be a part of it? And so I went, and it was quite a. It was one of the last songs for recording for her Other Voices, Other Rooms record. And the song they were going to be recording was Weem Away, and the main principal singer was Odetta. And then they had a whole bunch of people singing backup. And Nanci was there, and Jim Rooney, who produced the record, and David Mallet, and Tom Mitchell, the Indigo Girls, and John Prine.
Wow.
Yeah, and there was a few other people in there as well, but so that was, and I've been telling this story a little bit on stage. When Odetta walked in, there was a lot of commotion, people visiting with each other, beforehand. Then Odetta walked in, and the whole room went silent. And it was like the seas parted. It was really, she had such great presence, and she didn't say a word. She didn't make any announcements. She announced herself with her presence, and it was very powerful. And it was done, it was done kind of live, the old-fashioned way, and I think we just did one or two takes. I don't know, maybe not more than one. I don't know. And I remember it was pretty electric, a lot of electricity in the room afterwards. I remember John Prine saying, "I think I'm going to go home and vacuum for a couple of hours and sing Women Away." Yeah, love that.
It's a good memory.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's one. I say that's the one that comes to mind. Also, getting to I got to have breakfast with Pop Staples from the Staples Singers at a festival in London in 1992. So that was very fun. Which inspired a song that I could probably play that song if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
I got to have breakfast with him and ask him about some of the people he knew. And he was originally from the Mississippi Delta. He knew some of the original folk blues people. And let me see. So at the end of our, I was mainly asking about places, people he'd known, and places he'd been. But he was looking to the future, and he said, "You're a songwriter, right?" And I said, "Yeah."
Humbly.
Yes. And so I said, "Well, if you ever have any contemporary gospel songs, send them to me. I'll give you a good deal." And so I wrote this and I sent it to him. And I was home in Bethlehem. I recorded it. I was home in Bethlehem when I was hardly ever home. And the phone rang and the answering machine picks up. And I hear the voice say, "Hello, this is Pop Staples." And I rushed over the phone. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. And he said, "Pops," and he said, I remember he said, "Oh, screening your calls, huh?" And I said, I guess so. And he said he wanted to thank me for sending him the music, and I could hear it playing over the phone in the background. It was really one of my favorite moments. Yeah, it's one of my favorite moments ever. And he never did get around to recording any of my songs, and but his next record did win a Grammy. So anyway, when I met him that day, I got him at the hotel. I met him at the bar because neither of us could sleep because of the time change, and so I asked him if he was going to be there for a minute. And I went upstairs, got his Piece to the Neighborhood record on CD. It was his first solo CD, and he signed it. And I told got to meet Mavis and her sister a couple times, and I told her that kind of a shortened version of that story. And I had the CD with me, and I asked Mavis and Yvonne to sign the record, so nice. So anyway, this is a song that comes out of this is the third verse is a little bit better than the original, the recorded second verse. I guess second verse. So I'll sing it for you. It's called "Good Noise." Tell me the truth. What are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Now we all got the hand for the gimme, we all got the mouth for the much obliged. But when it comes down to giving back, we give the eye to the other guy. Oh, it seems that so much trouble is simply caused by the angry word. Although silence can be a virtue, I say it's a good noise that's preferred. Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. You may have every right and reason to be down in the dumps today, but aren't you just adding to the problem? If you've got nothing good to say, I have a question for the mighty all across this mighty land. Well, tell me, how can you ever take a breath of hope talking down your fellow man? Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. No kings, what you doing here? No kings, what you doing here?
John Gorka is my guest today on Acoustic Alternatives from Grove Studios. Lengthy career, lots of songs to pick from. Makes me wonder if someday there will be, as there should be, a tribute record to you.
Oh, that's nice. Well, thank you.
Do you have an idea of who would ever be on a tribute record to you?
I have not given it any thought, so
you're still here. I mean,
I'm still here. Yeah,
there's just
my own tribute band.
There's a nice catalog of songs to pick from. That's for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, let's focus a little bit more on the newest record, Untitled. Sure. Was that record recorded live, or did you?
It was kind of a collection of some new stuff, some older stuff, but it was all done in Minneapolis at Uptown Studios with Rob Genetic, a longtime collaborator, and I got some of the longtime people, musicians that play on that, and Kathleen Johnson came back in, and with her, it's either her niece or her sister. It wasn't clear on that, Rhonda, and who sung on a few of my records. She's just a terrific singer.
Are these tracked together as one? Like, are you all in the same room?
No. The last one we did that way. The True in Time we did that way. This was mostly done me going in, doing vocal and guitar, and then I think what we brought in next was before there was even any bass player. We brought in Jeff Victor playing keyboards, and he's played on a bunch of other records of mine, but Rob's idea was have him come in first, and rather than as kind of he had a great arrangement sense of different kinds of keyboards. So I think it gives this record a different sound. Excuse me, because he played piano, he played synth, he played a kind of acoustic piano, accordion, and also a kind of more like a Fender Rhodes kind of parts. And just a great sense of arrangement. I really like that. I thought one of the songs I did was Harris and the Mayor, which is a Stan Rogers song. And that's the only cover on the record. And I thought that so I had done that with the guitar player, and when Jeff came in, I thought he improved the vocal. And nothing was changed with my vocal, but it's what he did. Supported the vocal better than it was with just the acoustic guitar and the octave. I'm not sure what the octave mandolin, I guess it is.
You mentioned the previous record was kind of recorded all as
Right,
well.
yeah, that was, yeah.
I've never seen you do a live show that way. Have you done live shows that way?
I have done a couple, yeah. I've not done, I know friends of mine who do this wanted to have a band, but I don't know, I guess I'm kind of solitary, but I've done a few shows with the band.
One of the songs on the record that gets my attention is "Give Us Back Our Water," and when I'm listening to the lyrics, it makes me wonder: when you're not out on the road, are you at home? Are you an activist or like a concerned citizen of the world, actually doing?
Yeah, there's different ways of I've been to a few of the recent marches, and so there's different ways of being political. I don't. I think now I feel like I feel the need to do more than I've done before, and but that was a song that I wrote shortly before visiting West Virginia, the Mountain Stage radio show. There was some kind of chemical spill that polluted the drinking water there, and I wrote that. I think I played it on the show just after I'd written it, and then we recorded a version of it. It's finally came out. I think Eliza Gilkyson sings on that one.
I think you've done that one before the album release at the Ark, and you mentioned the Flint water crisis.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yes.
Because that, here in Michigan, we had that on our brains a lot.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
How does that happen? Like,
yeah, really. Some these basic things should be taken care of.
That could be your "This Land Is Your Land" song. It is kind of about,
Right. Yeah.
This is our land. Cut it out. Don't damage us.
Maybe you could play it from the record, because I can't play it for you right this
No, that's okay. I was bringing it up in conversation because it's a standout cut.
Oh, well, thanks.
And,
I'm glad you like it.
Another one that kind of stood out to me because I'm not a historian. And in fact, you just met Ryan Racine.
Yeah.
He has a song about Boston Corbett, the man who shot Abe Lincoln.
Wow.
So he's written a song about somebody I didn't really know much about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know much about Richard III. What inspired you to write a song about Richard III?
That was I remember hearing on the news that they had found his body, his grave, that was in they were doing some construction in London, building a new parking lot.
Gotcha.
And they came across Richard III's body, and they were able to authenticate it through various means. One of them is that he had a hunched back, so that was one of the ways that they were able to determine it was him. But I think there's probably some other DNA proof of that as well.
I just didn't know what would inspire to write a song about him.
Yeah, I had not really thought about it yet. And I just like remember they described him as the last Plantagenet king, and I just like that. That's caught my ear, I think, as a songwriter.
You mentioned in one of the other songs on the record that 50 is old for a cowboy. Isn't it right? No.
Oh, I think it is for a cowboy, not for a folk singer. No, folk singer, that's young.
I was going to say, wait a minute, sir. I'm no cowboy.
Right. Me neither. But yeah,
there's no data showing that 50 is old.
Right? No, not for. Well, I think maybe for a cowboy, maybe if you worn out your parts in that, I don't know what's involved in, but I thought that sounded on the older side.
Do you have a favorite moment putting this record together that you want to share?
Let's see. Trying to think. Oh, I think there's two versions of a song called "Particle and Wave" on the record, and there's one that's more produced and there's a solo version. And I think one of the favorite moment at the studios, it was I think the last song recorded with Kathleen Johnson and Rhonda Johnson came in, and I remember Kathleen, we saved it for the last song of the session. That her performance had us crying, and so she's just what a beautiful singer. And I could play
that's an important song.
Yeah,
that seems to be one I think people need to hear.
Yeah,
we need a reminder.
Yeah, thanks. This is was inspired by the March for Our Lives event, and Parkland kids marching against gun violence, but but the spirit that they exhibited there, we need now, and we're seeing it now in Minnesota and other places, Portland. I was watching the March for Our Lives event on TV, and I was moved by the sight of all those people and what they had to say that day. And the still small voice said to me, never stop believing there is goodness in the world. And the title comes from the idea that sometimes photons can act like a particle and sometimes act like a wave. And this is called Particle and Wave, or Goodness in the World. Never stop believing there is goodness in the world. There is goodness in the world. There is goodness in the world. Never stop believing there is goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. I see children marching. There is goodness in the world. I listen to them speaking. There is goodness in the world. When we finally do the right thing, there is goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. We need to be reminded there is goodness in the world. Too often we are blinded to the goodness in the world. They are working hard to find it, the goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. You can't beat fear with fear. You can't beat hate with hate. Only love can do that. It's not too late. No, it's not too late. No, it's not too late. Though justice seems to hesitate, it's not too late. I saw a sea of people, both particle and wave, teach the ones who came before a new way to behave. I saw a sea of people, both particle and wave, wash over the world, their very lives to save. Never stop believing there is goodness in the world. There is goodness in the world. There is goodness in the world. Never stop believing there is goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. Goodness in the world.
John Gorka is my guest on Acoustic Alternatives at Grove Studios. John, look me in the eye for a second.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
might be uncomfortable. That is a really important song.
Oh, thanks a lot.
And you
Thank
need to keep playing that at your
Oh,
shows.
yeah, I've been playing it every night, yeah.
48 years into your career, 40-ish years,
Yeah.
you should not be writing songs that great still, but you are.
Well, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Keep that one alive. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for doing songs from
thanks a lot.
Unentitled in your back catalog and for
thanks.
visiting me today.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to be here at Grove Studios. Nice to be able to visit here. And come on down. And if could people make records here?
If you bring your own recording equipment, it isn't a recording studio, but I'm obviously recording.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can bring your
It's
stuff.
doable.
It's space.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah.
But you don't, just bring your stuff. I don't know.
Sounds good.
Final question.
Yeah.
How many unrecorded songs are in the vault? that you've written but never recorded?
There's a bunch. I'm starting to. I'm gonna. There's a few that I've got to. I have to go back through that. I've got some new ones, and there's a couple old ones I want to get out there. But I don't know if it's going to be we'll see. Maybe this summer. I got some time this summer, so I'm hoping to either do a EP or something in the not too distant future, and hopefully it'll be out, and hopefully the people at Compass will and Red House will want to put it out.
I hope so. Thank you again. It's
All right,
so good
thank
to
you,
see
John.
you again.
Yeah. Thanks. I don't know if hello there in podcast land.
Is that a place? Can I go there?
Oh yeah, podcast land. Yeah, it's
how much are flights?
It's everywhere.
The ever-present.
Podcast land is very nearby and far away.
There are more guests scheduled to be on the podcast. So if you're new to the podcast, you have about 100 plus to explore.
All right.
If you've been with me for a while, stick around. There's more to come. I'm going to have a revisit with Dave Boutet and Christy Lynn Davis, now just going as Dave and Christy. And who else is coming in? Somebody else is coming in.
All right,
I'm working on Cabaret Boreala. This is going to be an interesting one. I've not had a quartet in, and definitely not one that does this classic sounding jazz.
Wow,
so that'll be interesting to figure out.
All right.
Thanks for being here. Check out more at johnbommarito.com.
Yeah, bye-bye.